Okay guys, welcome to another Mainmeister 10-minute mashup. Now I'm doing this one a wee bit different. This is a conversion of Frogger on the C64. Now it's literally just been released to the community. Now what I've done, I thought it'd be interesting to actually let you see just the difference. On the left hand side of the screen is the Commodore 64 one, and on the right hand side is the arcade one. Now you can see they're pretty much spot on. I like how they've even got the high scores and that kind of stuff identical. Now what I've done is I obviously couldn't have the sound playing on both because it would just completely kind of get a bit confusing. So what I've done is I've split the video into 4 bits. The first quarter will be the sound from the arcade one. And if you look to the side, you'll see the sound is sort of synchronised with the right hand side of the screen. And then after about a quarter of the screen, a quarter of the video, I change over to the Commodore 64 sound, and then back to the arcade, and back to the C64. But you can see there, I mean, so the C64 one is on the left, slightly, obviously less colours, not quite as vibrant as the arcade one. But I mean, I'm sitting looking at this just now, and I mean the graphics are. They're almost spot on, absolutely spot on. As I say, there's slightly less colour, obviously, in the C64 one, but it plays perfect. Now, what is really interesting about this video, which you'll see when we get to the end of it, I played one game on the Commodore 64 and obviously recorded it, and I played one game on the arcade and recorded it. And then when I overlaid them, miraculously, I actually lasted almost, I think, to within a few seconds of each other. Both games ended almost, exactly at the same bit, which is quite incredible. So that just kind of goes to show that the difficulty of the C64 one has been kind of tweaked to perfection as well. But it's it's an absolutely stunning conversion. It's not a game that most people would think of playing. I mean, you tend to think of it as being quite simplistic, and it is. I mean, it's probably up there with Pac-Man as far as an easy game to play. I don't mean it's easy to master. I mean they're difficult games, but the actual concept of the game, there's no fire button. It's just a joystick. You either move left, right, up, and down, and that is it. There's really no. There's nothing else control-wise, so it's just you against the machine. Obviously, the timing of the logs and the jumps and that kind of stuff. But I mean, that was one of the first games. Frogger was one of the first games I ever got my Commodore 64. It was a version by Interceptor Software. Was it Frogger 64? I think it was. Back then, there was always this infatuation about putting the number 64 after games. I don't know why they insisted in doing that. Was that to differentiate it between other versions? I don't know, but. Yeah, getting back to this, I mean, hopefully you can just see just how good the C64 one is. I mean, it's not, don't get me wrong, it's not what you would say a particularly taxing game, it's not taxing game. When I say taxing game, I don't mean it's not a particularly taxing game from a graphical point of view. The graphics aren't 3D, they're not stunning looking, but you can see that the guys that have put this together have obviously downloaded the sprites from MAME and just tried to replicate it, as best as they can, and I think they've made an absolutely cracking job. What's interesting about a lot of the old machines, the C64, the Amstrad, Spectrum, etc., there are still these sort of fans, programmers, who are still knocking out games even to this day. I'd probably say that the scene, the 8-bit scene is probably more popular now than it has been for quite a long time, and it's absolutely wonderful to see games like this, almost arcade perfect games. I would say this one is arcade perfect. I couldn't knock it for any reason at all. So there you go, that's my game finished. You can see they finished right at the same time. So anyway guys, thank you very much for watching.